More accessible.
Yes, good morning. Good to be here with you. Beautiful, beautiful Wednesday on the bumper breakfast. My name is Tommy C, and I'm excited to be here this morning. And what's different, mate?
Yeah, the beautiful Toby.
Mariam, good morning. I know you. Your mouth will say it.
No, now it is very, very beautiful. Me, you know, when you see something very, very beautiful, and you see a
Aw.
gorgeous lady sitting pretty in a beautiful fabric, you don't need anybody to tell you that
Mariam.
she is the first lady of the Media Republic, and that goes to Tommy C. Ojo, www.tommycojo.org. My name is Miriam, aka Flexible Worry, the only courageous lady that needs no validation. Good morning, beautiful people, and you are welcome
Miriam.
on the Bumper Breakfast.
I just discovered that I need to hire you.
Okay.
You know what they call her? People.
Lay
I need to
about
hire
me.
you.
No.
I need to give you niqab that we cover. Because this is your curvaceous thing that you're always advertising.
No, I just need to tell the world that I am curvaceous.
This your curvaceous thing that you're advertising. It's not.
But you know, I'm not curvaceous when it comes to curvaceous. Somebody is curvaceous. It's not about the size.
Your curvaceous is different from some other people's own.
I am telling you.
But your own
extra
curvaceous, only be to bury.
Yes.
Some people's
It's
curvaceous.
from head to toe.
And that's how we introduce Yinka Kenny this morning. Good morning, Yinka Kenny.
I just rest my case for you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm in the birthday mood.
You
Yes,
are looking
so-
pensive because we told people in the world that you are curvaceous. She's like this. Okay, let me not
At
do
least
it.
thank God I'm putting on a.
Boo boo, when I saw her with Kaba this morning,
In fact, I told her
Abada
she
this
looks so
morning.
beautiful.
that is what she makes. See, buy her fabric, she will make kaftan. Give her fabric, she
She'll
will
make
make kaftan. If you see her on something that is belem on the side, somebody like me, Kemi, or Omolola was instrumental to it. She cannot. No, even her tailor knows that collector. If she does not make kaftan.
And you make me remember Kemi's wedding. And Kemi was on top of my case that, Auntie God, please don't sew.
Don't sew kaftan with my wedding clothes, yo. I mean, she wears kaftan so beautifully. I'm not joking. I fell in love with Abaya because Mide Martins wears Mide Martins
Yes.
and Mercy Aigbe
Yes.
wears Abaya so beautifully. So I started making Abaya. And then I've decided now, from Yinka Kenny to Alaja Dabiri, I have to start making kaftan.
Yes, so kaftan.
I don't understand.
Alaja Dabiri.
My fear with kaftan is that when they throw me inside, they will not find anything.
No.
But
You will look very, very beautiful
all,
in kaftan.
you
It
know why?
depends on the tailor's, experience of
So
sizes.
okay, so I will not make my own kaftan as big.
No,
as
there is a way your tailor will make the kaftan,
kaftan
and she will
to be-
tailor you into the tailored clothes.
Oh,
my God.
So
Yes.
it will be to my size.
Yes, to your size.
You know the logic about my using fabric, most of the Ankara Ajire fabrics for
Materials like
materials
this,
like
kaftan
this to make kaftan is because I most of the times my English wears are very very fitted. So
Okay.
I just to me I don't like. So
Okay.
if I'm going the other way,
Bad girl, good girl. She's the only one doing a bad cup and good cup by herself. So some days they see you wearing this, and then they see you the other day.
Yes.
so
Yes.
So the boo is like wearing heels a lot and then flats a lot.
Flats.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
yes, and I
Change
do
your
I do
style.
flats. Most of the times when I'm on this my kaftan, I do
Flats.
I do flats.
Yeah, because they are usually very low, they're very flowy, they sweep the ground.
Honestly, it's just you just have to,
And
be
I think
free, yeah.
I think there's a way it
Anyway,
makes
it's
women
birthday,
feel.
so I want to.
Oh, so because it's birthday mood as well.
Yeah,
So you're actually feeling cool.
yeah.
Don't worry, we'll wait for you. Some of us are waiting by the door.
And Shebi, you have said you will come and eat rice. Shebi is to eat
No, I'm
rice.
not coming to eat rice. Don't put words into my mouth.
You are the one that started it.
I started the birthday, but I will not come and eat the rice. I will not be around. So that some people that come with you will not say that I'm around. I came for somebody's birthday. I did not come from it. I am not around. I will eat my rice, pre-rice, and post-rice.
No.
I think YK is doing this also to, encourage some other ladies out there to, start wearing nice fabrics, free wears, African.
But the irony of it is that most of my adire, not because I go all out to wear, it comes my way, and I want to encourage those that are, my friends, my younger colleagues.
Yes.
I like to encourage people. Most of the times when
There
I do
is
some
so much
some
beauty
buys,
in wearing African.
I really do not for the love of it so much, but you say,
just to encourage the person.
yes,
buying.
I've come a long way. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I made up my mind that I would encourage as many people
As possible.
as possible. I would try to, in my own little way, to encourage. And somebody was talking to me 2 days ago when we were talking about this birthday thing, and she was saying, "Oh, where are you having the birthday party?" Blah blah. I say, "I will send the address. I'm not having a birthday. You people, you just want to come and rejoice with me." And she was saying, "Honestly, I have to get something for you." I said, "No, you don't have to." Say, for me, she was saying she was telling a friend of ours that she was so encouraged because when she started selling her stuff, for a long period of time, I patronized her, and she dropped something inside of me, as in, ooh.
I thought about it about a couple of days earlier. I think it was a Monday morning.
Okay.
When you called, I was under the weather on Monday, and when she called that morning, and my sister tried to pick the call, she couldn't hear her, and then I now had to return the call when I was done or when I woke up, and then I felt like, okay, one thing just dropped in my spirit. It was the fact that Inka Kenny is one of my customers. Because I remember, for some reason, it just struck me that Inka Kenny has not bought beans in a long time. And I said, maybe because you told her you don't have beans. But then I thought about it. The moment she knew that I started selling beans, she just started buying. And it's just natural. And I think that's one thing that women need to do for women.
Yes.
Encourage other women doing businesses. No matter how little the drop is in the ocean, drop something. If she sells something of 5,000 naira, and you can't afford more than 1,000, buy the worth of 1,000.
Yes.
Even if you can't afford 1,000, share with a friend who can afford 500, and make sure that you patronize another woman. Let's go out of our way to encourage other women.
That's the word. Out of our way. Out of your way to encourage other women. Nothing is so convenient. Nothing comes like
very easy.
Yes. When I started buying from you, I gave you some feedback.
Yes.
And ordinarily, someone else would have said,
I'm not buying again. Because there was a negative feedback.
But for me, I'm like, maybe maybe because I've been there. I've been down, when you say. So I know. So I understand. I really don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I get you.
I try to, if I don't have money to give to you, I buy it. Yes, and I can use some other way to lift you up and to
do something
to give you confidence in what you are doing.
Like she did this morning, while entering the studio, and she was like, "Miriam, there was a thing you did. I want you to change it. I want you to do it this way." Okay.
So you see, we're celebrating Inka Kenny because it will be our birthday in a couple of days.
On Saturday.
In a couple of days. Of course, bumper breakfast will be on that day. But of course, perspectives will be on that day. So we're going to celebrate her in advance. So happy birthday in advance to Inka Kenny. And yours truly, my sister, 29th of October as well is her birthday. Happy birthday in advance as well. And one of my best friends' is birthdays today.
Happy birthday.
Oluwaniyi Olaniyi Adewumi Oluwakwede. Happy birthday to you. I remembered everybody celebrating their birthday today. And I think there's somebody else that shares his birthday. Yeah. One of my very old friends also. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating. And while we're still celebrating our sisters, one of our sisters here in MITV lost her father yesterday. I'm talking about Taye Akinpelu. Her father passed just yesterday evening.
Oh.
And when her daughter called me repeatedly, and she started calling me like 5 times in a row, I was worried, because very unlike Mubo to call me, She
For the
kept
upton time.
She kept calling and calling, mommy, 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 mommy. So I was like, what? And then she told me her mother lost her grandfather. We commiserate with you, Tai. I know that it's not easy. I've lost my father a long time ago. I know exactly what it feels like. So I must say that you need strength, especially because of your position in the family. You need strength. And the Lord would definitely succor you at a time like this. It was one time a commissioner of police in Lagos State and across Nigeria as well. So it's also a loss to the Nigerian police force family. So we commiserate with the Akinpelu family on the passing of their patriarch this morning. And also, let's celebrate our sister Moriah Brown, Afolabi Brown, buried her father, her mother, yesterday. So while we're celebrating sisters, let's also remember Moriah as well. So Moriah, of your view, we say, congratulations to you. You saw your mother home in grand style, and the ceremony was really beautiful. We really pray that, of course, the gap that she's going to leave, the Lord will fill it up for you and continue to uphold you and your family. Let's take a look at some of the stories that made the front page of the papers this morning. I begin with The Guardian, and I just like the picture story of The Guardian this morning. Shows President Muhammadu Buhari in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, where he's attending an investment summit, of course, in company of quite a number of Nigerian appointees, let's say ministers, as well as business owners like Aliko Dangote, the Minister for Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Pantami, Adiara, CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele was also there. We also have quite a number of other ones there. I can see quite a number of them, Timmy Silva and many others, businessmen who also made it down for that event. So whatever it is, let's just say we hope that this investment summit will bring more to Nigeria. But I'll just take 2 more stories on the front page of The Guardian this morning. PFN is telling President Muhammadu Buhari to arrest Sheikh Gumi as the bandits leader. That's there. Of course, safe schools, over 12 million children traumatized, afraid to go to school, says President Muhammadu Buhari. And this was part of what he revealed on the persistent attacks on our educational facilities yesterday. 1,436 pupils, 17 teachers abducted from schools between December 2020 and October 2021. 300 children call a word leaders to protect schools from the attack. Buhari pledges to end attacks on education, issues of child rights, curriculum review, staff development top agenda at the conference. And this was part of the conference held, a Safe Schools Declaration in Abuja. It was the first time it was being held in Africa. 300 children came together to say, please protect schools from attack. Let's take a look at The Nation.
The Nation newspaper this morning, I have the Anambra 2021 election make the story on this newspaper, and that is on the page 27 of the newspaper. I have IG deploys 2 DIGs, 5 AIGs, orders for poll. Security personnel will follow rules of engagement, and we have enough manpower, says INEC. And also on the page 4 of the newspaper, I have petrol subsidy stays till June 2022, says Minister. 714 billion naira paid in 7 months. Convention anxiety in PDP over tomorrow's ruling in Secondo's suit. I also have 3.35 trillion naira spent on agric import in 4 years. Conflicting court orders, NBA raises probe panel. Governors to boost Amotekun Odua investment, people's welfare priority. And deduction now with a federal government. Governors reject allocation. Payment to Paris Club loan consultants spark dispute. And I have here, and this is, I'm so interested in this, and that is how we are attracting investors by Buhari. That's on the page 5 of the in the
I
Nation
like to know
newspaper this morning. I'm kind of inquisitive about
Honestly,
You can
Nigerians,
keep your inquisitiveness
how
to
we are
Nigerians
attracting
too
investors.
are inquisitive about that. Like,
how
you know.
you're attracting investors. Okay.
Oh, okay. The Punch newspaper is coming this morning with a list story. Federal government lists Desanis buildings, jewelry, brass for sale, values Bade's mansion, suspects wedding gowns, invisible bras,
Oh
64
my.
pairs of shoes for sale, 1,620 items including cars, houses, phones, laptops, vessel listed.
Oh, hold on, please.
That
The
story
federal
is-
government is listing bras like
Serious?
You don't want to
bras.
know how invisible brands. You don't want to know how much. You see, at times I just wonder how much Nigerians we acquire some things. You have houses, so many, and you cannot just but sleep in one room.
Are you telling me that we have invisible bras that cost million naira?
Millions.
I don't understand. Is it that it costs million? Because we want to list it and sell.
64 pairs of shoes, 1,620 items, including cars. Well,
Okay. We need to go and buy
let me
bra.
even ask the question, where's she?
She's in the United Kingdom.
Do we know?
I think the last we heard, she was in the United Kingdom.
We know. Okay.
Okay.
All right, the picture story here in the Punch newspaper this morning. Osun pleads for understanding as protesting retirees shut state secretariat. That's a big challenge for the Osun state governor at this point in time. And we have please defuse bomb found at attack Oyo prison. Aregbe Shola shuns Akonde's meeting with APC elders caucus. All right, I just hope
Let's take a kitty heads, man.
this house divided against itself. It's not.
Hopefully it will stand somehow.
All right, merciless beating. Kwara to regulate Arabic schools activities. I hope that will see the light of the day. And okay, I have Buhari's exit in 2023. Solution to Nigeria.
Have you seen the one where
Buhari's
somebody
exit
said,
in 2023. Solution to Nigeria's problem.
have you seen the
from
one?
coming from
Afenifere.
Afenifere this morning, and Ekiti herdsman bags life imprisonment for grazing on cassava farm, shooting owner.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good.
Justice served.
I hope the man that was shot didn't die.
I hope so too.
I hope so, because I was thinking that if actually the man died, he should get also probably he should be charged
Life.
for
Well,
murder.
he already got a life imprisonment, right?
That's different from murder, but that's been different from being charged from murder.
Murder.
When you say life imprisonment, and then the government can come in and give you state pardon and all of that.
Very true.
But someone that has killed ought to be killed also. Either even the
You
Bible
think
says
so?
either killed by the sword, should die by the sword.
But unfortunately, we were dealing with a story yesterday with Ola Igbola Daniels, coincidentally, your namesake, but he's a lawyer. And there was a story that made the front page of the Punch newspaper yesterday where a lawyer, if you remember, there was this Abuja lawyer that died, that was killed by a young man. And she was a mother of two.
Mother of two.
And then this young man got, it was here in Lagos, pardon me. This young man got just 28 years imprisonment. There was a plea bargain of some sort that was arranged. And the young man got just 28 years imprisonment. And the family, the younger brother, one of the brothers of the deceased was extremely upset and had to go all out to say that they were going to appeal that judgment, that it wasn't justice served. It was murder. The young man actually confessed to the murder. So, life imprisonment?
Let's see. PDP ends on neck meeting if court stops convention. I don't want to talk about this APC and PDP convention again. NNPC, above the nameplate, we have NNPC marketers inflated imported petrol figures under Buhari and Jonathan. That's coming from a big one coming from Sanusi this morning. And Pencom to prosecute errant employers recovers 19.29 billion naira pensions, and 22 governors apply as federal government begins model ranch funds disbursement next week. We have poor transportation, poor facilities killing Nigeria's manufacturers, coming from additional. And the big one, the one that is making the headlines, that's been making the headlines since Monday. E-Naira app, it's 100,000 downloads in 24 hours amid complaints. E-currency BVN NIN should give comfort, Buhari tells Saudi investors. Okay.
E-Naira.
Yeah, people are downloading it. I will
Yes.
definitely download mine too.
I was told it's very, very good.
Oh, okay.
More like the
do
cashless
e-banking.
policy. That
I already do e-banking.
So you don't want the e-Naira.
No, I don't have a problem with it.
I really do not have a problem with it, but
I don't I have no preference of any sort. So
You know, I said
it's a
something
product.
caught my attention, and first I said I am kind of inquisitive about the Buhari, how we are attracting investors, and I think you ladies will be able to expatiate on this. And this is Buhari said a humane approach to investment was the best way to address the global challenges currently facing the world, especially in COVID-19. He added that investing in humanity is the right thing to do. I strongly believe the historical underinvestment in human projects is the genesis of most of the insecurity, because that is what I want you to, talk about. I strongly believe the historical underinvestments in humane projects is the genesis of most of the insecurity and social economic challenges the world is experiencing today.
are we doing a debate?
No.
Okay, because I think that the front page of the Guardian newspaper was talking about 12 million out of school children.
Yes.
Which all comes back to the same thing. I think that was
Okay.
where the president actually made that statement. It all comes back to the same thing. If over time the leaders and the governors and everyone that had come from the north had invested in educating Almajiri, eradicating the idea
So is that
of
his
Almajiri,
definition of humane
investing
projects?
in humane projects, including education. For example, if you give them education,
But I
a
think it's-
13-year-old
it's a-
child
it's a-
would
it's a-
not go to school,
it's a,
would not
it's a
get
step
married.
in the right direction.
Yes. A 13-year-old girl would not be asked to go get married.
Get married.
At 34, you have a mother of 15 kids at 34. And at 34, she was already thinking about...
granddaughter.
No. She had other children. She was in the hospital, actually. She had a triplets or quadruplets or something. So you're looking at a systemic failure that over a long period of time has encouraged many issues to thrive. Things like the out-of-school children. Last year we're talking 13.5. Now we're saying over 12 million, and I think that's very conservative, knowing fully well that quite a number of kids stopped school because of COVID. Some people stopped school because, in fact, the biggest culprit right now is banditry, terrorism on kids and our educational sector. That's another thing. COVID-19 destroyed a lot of things because a lot of children changed from... Yesterday, I got a very heartbreaking news. A friend of mine was saying that his kids no longer go to regular school. They now go to lesson. Because his finance, he lost his job, and then his finance can no longer cater for them going to school. Even to a public school. Even to a... That was the one that shocked me the most. And I was saying, what do you
have to
need?
pay? Do you have to pay
He has to
for?
pay.
the
Apparently
government
needed
schools?
about 25. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you have to pay.
Oh.
Oh, so for example, if
They
you go
now
to one of the
pay.
model schools, you're going to pay 50,000 naira.
Okay, the secondary school now you are talking about.
Yeah, secondary school, they're in secondary
They
school.
pay.
Now, if
They
they
pay.
go to
But you have, do you
you
not
buy your
have
desk?
the regular, other than the model colleges? You
the
have
regular ones, you pay
the
about
regular
between 12,000.
You buy the
general cost, you pay
desk,
about 15,000.
you buy the
naira
desk, you
per
buy
child.
some things, you
About
pay.
15,000 now. The uniform, the desk, and all that. Everything came to about 15 per child. So it had a 15,000 I needed for one child. It had a 15,000 I needed for another child. And then the last one is already necessary. That one, I pleaded with him vehemently. Let her go back to school. He said, no, let her just go and do lesson. Coincidentally, the child is my namesake. So I was really concerned. I was like, check it to me, you know, I was really concerned. But the way it went, in my head, I was just thinking, one of the things that COVID did to people, their income,
effect of COVID-19.
and now comes back to what we said at the beginning of the show when we talked about investing in people. Now imagine that if friends invest in friends, you will find out that your friend's child has not been going to school while yours is going to the best schools.
Yes.
Some people can afford to feed 20 people daily, while some can barely afford to feed one person. But you would rather eat food for 20 people by yourself. I mean, you go to a restaurant, you spend 25,000 naira feeding just you. Meanwhile, your neighbor or your gate man drank gari to sleep last night. Human projects, investing in people.
I think that's really.
It's really that simple.
Really,
It's really that simple, but then-
you make me remember my help. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that. I knew her rather. Yeah, she was my help. You know. I think it was the second year she started stay with me that I've been like, I was like, you have to go back to school. You have to go back to school. You have to go back to school. And went on and we jam for the third year, fourth year. You know. The fifth year, I was like, by crook or by enemies, you have to go to school. You know, at the end of the day, I felt the impact that she was leaving my house. But till tomorrow, it gladdens my heart
that you have touched a life positively.
yes, and because that I was so much instrumental to her going to school, and she's there in school. She calls me every time. And you see, once in a while, even when she's stranded, she still calls me to say, mommy, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, whatever I
It's
do,
your project.
It's,
You
that's
started it.
You
know,
started it.
So,
Yoruba will say, Berek, you should
Yes.
Honestly, if we can, you know,
invest in people.
yes, do this, and, you know, little, like I will tell my son, look, all animals are equal inside this house. All animals are equal. There's no animal that is bigger than one animal. So let that get into your head. There's no slave in this house. As you were born, the other person was born.
Who was also born.
So,
Maybe not born by your parents, but born.
I just hope the federal government,
no, but that's the best thing we can do for the.
You know, there's something about Nigeria. Easier said.
You see, other than
Done.
Yes.
if we can, you see, I feel that, you know, but most of the times we put this thing, you know, on the table of the federal government. What about the state government?
The state government that cannot
What
afford
about
to pay
the local-
7,500
the-
for sweepers.
For the local government. You see, there are a whole lot of things that, you know, we can do. So a no-go area for the politicians is the way our finances around them, our finances around what their take home, the political head, their incomes and everything. That's a no-go area for them. And until they visit it, in a state where you cannot pay 7,500, you are not owing your commissioners. You are the governor. The governor is not being owed. The people the reps are not being owed, and these people are going home with God knows how much, you know,
Money at the end of the day.
So until we visit 1, 2, 3 things, we can't do, you know, the small thing. We're talking about insurgency, we're talking about banditry. It starts from there. When you do not educate, now tell me, my child that has gone to school, when does he have the time to be recruited into banditry or whatever? You know, he's been going to school right from a kid. He has a kind of orientation. He has a focus. He knows what he wants to be and what he wants to do in life. You understand? And he would not want to be deterred. So, you know, education plays a major role in the life of everybody.
Every child. And talking about education, a particular group tried their very best to encourage people, educate people about the value of exercise. I like to ask the question, Miriam, when was the last time you actually did any form of exercise?
I do that every evening. Every evening. That is
How?
why.
Really? What kind of
Yes.
exercise do you do?
I'm very serious. As somebody is saying, behind
Oh,
the
yes,
camera.
Yes, Una.
Honestly.
Yes,
What
so
kind of
I
exercise
do,
do
and
you
that is
do?
why I'm not exploding. Let me use that English. Yes,
No,
I
but
do.
really, looking at Miriam, she's not as
I do.
she's
You
not
can't
as
do what I
big
do.
as she
Told me,
used to be. When I was really
That's
big.
what I'm wondering. That's why,
I exercise a
And
lot,
she's and
Really?
a lot, and I watch
Do
what
you-
I eat
do you
also,
exercise
and I drink a
because-
whole lot of water.
Do you exercise because you
I'm not a
feel-
fruit person. If I eat too much fruit now, I'm gonna purge. So I don't do too much fruit.
But you do
I do
it.
water and
Water therapy
Yes,
works more
water
for you.
and
honestly, looking
little,
at her,
little
I'm trying
food.
to trace
You
my
can
mind
see my
back-
tummy now.
back to
If not
when-
for exercise, I will be
when-
wearing
when-
tummy trimmers.
when she
No,
she
but
just
really,
finished.
she's always had a flat tummy, even when a relatively flat tummy.
No, but she. That's
and I
why
did an
some
article.
people are chubby. Some like for me,
I've always had tummy. I don't understand you people.
I'm a chubby.
What is it with you people at this tummy thing? Do you want to kill us?
I've
I've
always-
always had tummy as a slim child. I had tummy. You people should leave me alone.
I've always had my tummy, but
Shey.
the thing is that you just be careful to watch it so that it doesn't
go out of
go
my hand.
out
Yes.
of my hand.
But let's talk
talking
about,
exercising.
Yes, let's talk about
It-
exercise.
it's something that is good, and it's something that people.
Do exercise.
I really do not, but I try to do one or two things in the bathroom every other morning. And I do it because of my joints, my
Okay.
knees. Yes.
Okay.
So
So,
I do that every other morning. I consciously do that because I have tried going out, doing the walk,
It doesn't just work.
it just does not.
Okay, for some of us, it
So
does work.
I just tell myself,
It does
okay,
not work for
you can,
everybody.
You can do
Seriously.
something.
It works
by
I know
yourself.
someone
And
who
I've-
registered at the gym, does the whole exercise, and is still.
No. You
No,
see,
it's not about the
It's not
size.
about coming.
It's not about the size. It depends
The
on
fitness.
But for example, I have a friend who has a whole lot of muscle.
Okay.
He's an exercise freak. As a matter of fact, he's a fitness coach and a freak. He has biceps like this. But then he taught me something. If you don't give yourself anything to eat for someone who wants to lose weight, do more protein than
Yes,
carbs.
yes.
Exercise from now till next year. If you don't give yourself more protein to eat, you will maintain your weight. Exercise to you almost break your bones, but you will never change anything.
No, but
So you should work on your diet,
Your diet
Just eat
does
well.
more for you than
the
the
exercise.
physical exercise.
no. What the
itself.
exercise does is that it makes you fit.
Yeah,
It makes you fit.
and active.
You could
Super
be big,
active.
and I have a
And
friend
very
that
Of course
is very
yes.
big. But she's fit. But there's some things she does I can do.
Okay, so we had visited the Walk for Life, and that's Arise Women Conference. Every year comes up with this Arise Walk for Life. This year it was more about encouraging more people to work. COVID-19 has affected quite a number of young adults, and the elderly. Everyone is struggling to maintain their health simply because of COVID-19. So we're talking about exercise as a way of life, and we were there with Arise Walk for Life as they went on the walk around Ikeja. Of course, let's talk about the convener of that event after this very quick break.
Nigeria go join body with every other country for this world to enter that battle what they call digital broadcasting. This digital broadcasting is better past those time when we say we dey go outside go the Tonton TV and not be that one. You go sit down for your comfort now. You go watch better. The TV go clear way. The people with this side go clear way. The sound man go come out well. The channel say go increase the local TV waiting for the Obodo Naija side go come out face where come clear well. My people, Naija they enter digital.
Coming to Lagos now.
All my life, I always wanted more.
More opportunities, more challenges.
More wings.
We never stop dreaming
And pushing the limits.
and getting more.
Nyoma, Alpha, is it okay?
Hey, wait. Why the word this boss said? Your place or mine? When it comes to entertainment, we choose more.
We choose DSTV Compact.
Choose non-stop excitement. Choose more with DSTV Compact for unbeatable football, BB Niger, movies and more. Enjoy over 135 channels. Choose more. Choose DSTV Compact. DSTV, it's your moment.
This is your radio. This is your radio.
Star FM 101.5 gives you the best of music, news, talk, entertainment, and sports like never before. We give you incisive news every hour, quality music, and sports all day round. Listen to the most entertaining, creative morning show on radio as Star FM gives you top newspaper review, headlines about politics, business, crime, events, and entertainment stories between 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. daily. Our midday show gives you classic, up-tempo, and contemporary urban music to start your day and get you energized. Between 10 to 12 noon daily, we serve it fresh. Now, take your lunch with us on Lunch Hour Show between 12 noon and 2 p.m. as we pack you with good mix of music loaded with interactive live chart, comedy, game shows, and current events. Our Word of Sports on Star FM comes on daily at the 5 o'clock hour, 6 o'clock hour, and 10 o'clock hour. Daily on Star. Our evening belt showcase a mix of urban music, oldies laced with big jokes, talent hunt shows, and relationships. You don't want to miss is the PM Crew. And round up your day with us on Body and Soul, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. daily with the very best of rhythm and blues, cool music to take you to Wonderland. Join us daily as we give you the very best of music, news, sports, talk, and all-round entertainment. Star FM 101.5, entertaining you all the time. Star FM, your favorite radio station. Star FM on DSTV 869.
Welcome back to the Bumper Breakfast. We're still going back to the exercise video, but let's talk quickly about something that trended on the pages of social media last week. Quite a number of people sent the video out. A lot of people even had the audacity to put the video on their WhatsApp status. Some put it on their Facebook status. I was just baffled that they sent it to WhatsApp groups and so many idiotic, annoying, disrespectful things that were done with that video. I'm talking about Tiwa Savage's leaked sex tape. 2 weeks earlier, people have been talking about the sex tape. Last week, it finally surfaced on the pages of social media. And it got so bad that a lot of people are even saying that, you can even go now to any porn site to go and watch it. And I'm asking the question, how is she reacting to all of this? I like the fact that she's had, herself put together. She's handling it quite well. I was concerned about how the son would take it. She said she was going to tell him so that he doesn't grow up and find, anything, untoward and being bullied about the video. But it all comes back to two things I wanted to draw our attention to, and that's why we're talking about it. Why do people take pleasure in other people's misery? I mean, while I was growing up, when something like that surfaces, the first thing you do, my dear, is you don't allow anybody around you to see it. It's like you just naturally want to cover up the person's shame. Now, everybody is showing the video. Oh, Thierry, just send this.
They even use it as sticker. WhatsApp sticker, emojis, and all of those things. They use it for different things, and they forget the fact that this woman, has a feeling. She's emotional as you. She is even a lady like you. It hurts me the most when I see ladies talk about this leaked sex tape, and they be like, in fact, the style in this sex tape is not even much. So Tiwa is very beautiful. She cannot even do more than mission, And I was so angry, to fight, as in actually fight the lady with words. And she said, "What's your problem? That's what happens to celebrity who feels that they are on top of the world." So I see this as a kind of, envy, hatred, and plot. And why would somebody who claims to, love you, at the end of the day, have sex with you, video, or let me say record this kind of emotional event
between both of you?
Tiwa, to me, is not at fault. This thing is natural. Anybody,
I'm just wondering,
anybody who is of age
woman,
can actually have sex.
I'm just wondering if every woman out there has ever thought about it this way. What if everyone you ever slept with took a video of you? Just
a
put
friend
yourself
of mine,
in that condition.
a friend of mine had an issue with someone she got engaged, to. And this guy threatened because the family said she can no longer get married to the guy because, the guy beat her a lot and all of those things. They discovered that the whole thing was all a lie from the scratch, from the, foundation of the dating, blah, 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 to engagements. Then to when they started the whole family thing before they agreed to get married. And the mother was like, "No, you can't get married to my daughter." And the next thing was that the guy said, "I am going to post every of our nude pictures online." Thank God for I remember they mentioned one human, center in Abuja that took up the case, that if you drop a single nude of her, I'm talking about someone who got engaged to her.
He wants to marry her.
Yes, he wants to marry her.
Because he said he can't marry her. He wants
he now wants to put nudes up.
So when they say,
we have a set of
wicked
people now.
I don't get it.
So I'm not moved when anybody tells you that I got a ring, I got this, blah, blah, blah. I'm not moved.
It's a facade.
Because anything can actually happen tomorrow.
Do you know
and
that?
Was Tiwa Savage was so, she had this belief in this guy that he loves me. Let us claim he loves her. And at the end of the day,
he actually did a recording.
Yes, it's all a plot.
And which comes back to ladies being careful. It comes back to ladies being careful.
There's no how you can be careful.
No, you know why I say ladies being careful? Something like this had happened to somebody in OAU before. And one of the reasons why this was touching for me was this young lady was a student she was a medical student.
Okay.
She was dating another medical student. She was a Muslim. She was an hijab sister.
Good.
And they recorded this. Now, this is what happened. She went visiting the boyfriend. He was reading on his system and chatting with his friend via webcam. This was when webcam was the only means of
video.
doing video and all that. So he was chatting with his friend via webcam. and the friend could see him. Now, the girlfriend came. He just took his laptop off the bed, put it on the table. So after a while, obviously they did the do. The friend on the other end recorded the whole video, shared it with another friend of theirs. Before we knew what was happening, over a semester, that girl's life was messed up because everyone in that set had that video. She had to withdraw from school and change schools because of this. How didn't the video come into the public sphere? It was like a plea. So the boyfriend had to be like, I didn't record you. You know, it became,
Yes.
I didn't record you. Then who? From who to who to who to who to who? The painful part is when something shameful happens to a woman, other women bask in
Yes,
that's
that's just the
of
thing.
that woman.
That's
And
the
I'm finding
thing.
it difficult to understand why you as a woman will celebrate that another woman is being shamed.
I don't
It
know
could be
why people
anybody.
celebrate other
So
people's
just imagine
downfall.
that you slept with someone, put yourself in the person's shoes, and you were recorded. And it is your video that is online. Just imagine it.
That
How would you
means
feel? How would you feel? And then a lot of parents are saying all sorts of things about Tiwa Savage. And I'm saying, which adult outside does not have sex?
I wonder. Even secondary school students now, primary school students.
Anyway, it all comes back to being careful.
Looking at both of you.
It's true. It all comes back to being very careful, and
Honestly,
that's it.
I would just say that honestly, it's something that for me is disheartening. But I would just say that it's natural when we are in love.
Yes.
But what I advise ladies now, talking from experience, is to love with your head.
Protect yourself.
I was discussing with someone yesterday, and he was saying to me, that's the sound of ego. I said, it's not. It is protecting my heart. And he said, wow. I don't think I've heard that. I said, yes. I said, it's just protecting my heart. You call it ego. I call it protecting my heart. You see, when the going is good, let's be careful of the things
you do, the crazy and the stupid things you do.
we do. I tell you, a whole lot of us in our privacy, we do a whole lot of things.
Yes.
But less, Yorubas will say, "Eje ka fi aye jale." And you see, even the Bible says, the heart of man is desperately wicked. Where am I going to? Who can know it? Nobody. I could smile at Tomisi, and Tomisi in the wildest imagination could feel that YK is the best person I've ever met on earth, not knowing that within me,
I have a mission.
I have a mission, I have a reason.
we should just
be careful.
when the going is good,
We need
There's
to be
no,
careful.
well, you want to do that in your privacy, you can do it with your own phone, by your own self.
And if you do that with your own phone, make sure you're not the type of
See,
person that gives your phone to everybody to go and browse.
People go out condemning, and I say, Jesus said, he who does not have a sin, let him cast the first stone.
See, for me, I just feel they have, added more popularity, fame, and all to Tiwa Savage already.
But you see, everybody is saying that
We need to take a
she's
break.
managing it well, she's this,
She's
that.
No, I'm saying in
But
the
I tell
public
you,
sphere. There is no one that will manage it.
Yeah. She's trying, but
She's
I'm
trying
telling
in the
you,
public
she's
sphere
going
to
through-
handle it
she's going
well.
through an emotional
Breakdown. It's
People
not
don't even
easy.
I don't want
see
to.
that
I don't want to.
And
imagine,
everyone should be
I don't
careful.
want to imagine what she's going
Going
through.
through
And
as we
if
speak.
I were in her shoes, in such a position, I would sue.
In fact, she was the first person to talk about the
I
lip
would sue,
syncing.
not for today, but for
Apparently,
tomorrow, for posterity.
There may
And
have
people-
even been maybe a threat or something.
Yes, they told her to pay a particular amount of money, and she was
Refused
reluctant
to pay.
And the fact that
They would
she
have
talked
milked
about
her
it,
dry.
Yes, the fact that she talked about it, the fact that she was ready to face the
Let me
consequences.
tell you, the long and
the
short
fact
of
that
all
she,
this, Miriam, she should sue. Not for herself,
But she should
But
sue
for
for
her child.
posterity.
We need to take this break. When we come back, Wemimo is here and we're talking about people. We'll be back.
All my life, I always wanted more.
More opportunities, more challenges. More wins!
We never stop dreaming.
And pushing the limits.
And getting more.
Nyoma, Alpha, is it okay?
Hey, wait. Why the what this boss said? Your place or mine?
When it comes to entertainment,
We choose more.
we choose DSTV Compact.
Choose non-stop excitement. Choose more with DSTV Compact for unbeatable football, BB Niger, movies and more. Enjoy over 135 channels. Choose more. Choose DSTV Compact. DSTV. It's your moment.
Welcome back to the Bumper Breakfast. For a couple of weeks now, we've been talking about the how to deal with victims of sexual or domestic violence within the home system. Now we want to discuss how families can help with the situation. How will families find it easy to navigate this difficult time and possibly help the survivor? And we'll have Wemimo Adebi right here in the studio with us again. Wemimo, we missed you last week. Good morning. Who borrowed your car? Confess your sins. Who borrowed your car? My daddy's car. Welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here. Again.
So we've been talking about this for a while, Wemimo, and like Miriam was just saying off camera before we came on air, families don't help at all.
They don't.
Well, I like to speak for them this morning.
For the families?
Yes.
And tell us why they don't help.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe if we give the interpretation to what played out, we might say they don't want to help.
Okay.
But the truth is, you can't give what you don't have.
Okay.
And maybe let's just excuse them and say they do not know how to help. Yeah, and the only way they believe they could help is to probably blame,
Okay.
judge, to hide their faces and make it look like, but we told you, or we warned you, we saw the signs. But when it comes to human lives, save life first. Okay? The deed has been done. The decision has been taken. Children have been born. Okay? Names have been changed. But human lives much more important than what you think you may have told he or she. Because I don't want us to
At the
just narrow
beginning.
it down to she alone.
Or
Because it's both ways. Male
and
are
female.
faced with domestic violence, females also. So if a family member comes into, the first thing I'll say is listen to what they have to say. Because the truth is, this person has been reporting, has been complaining, but you just were not listening. And as a family member, to help a domestic violence victim, or let's say survivor, one of the things you can do is listen, even when you don't have anything to do, any help to render, the fact that you could listen, because it takes a lot of courage to speak up. People hide it. And for those who are very, they observe, or maybe they've mediated and all, you still have people who keep quiet about it. So when someone gathers all the energy, the courage they have, and they could talk to you, please say nothing. Yes. Don't even ask, hey, are you for real? I remember, hey, me too, I said it, I observed some. No, you don't even judge the other person, because the person who is in the situation, okay, is simply telling you what she or he is, the perception of the situation.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be true, and it doesn't have to be untrue. That's the person's perception. All right. So the first thing I say is, as a family member or as friend, listen. Okay. Then believe whatever they tell you, but try to verify. When I say I believe you, it doesn't mean you are right. It doesn't mean the situation is all okay. Okay. You're just trying to say, I believe you.
Just to calm the person down.
Because once somebody knows that somebody believes me, it suits me. It gives them some ray of hope. Even when there is no way out of it, you're helping. Then please don't ever take the abuse with levity. Take it seriously. Even when the person cannot give you the proof, because when it comes to domestic violence, you need proofs. You need pictures, you need audios, you need, all manners of things to show evidences. But then, even because people are not smart enough, they just want to fight without keeping, proofs. Now, there is a case of a woman I encountered last week. Okay, the staff came to speak to me and was like, this and this and this. So I said, why? May I know why she hasn't reported? And what the woman said was, the husband has a video of her using a bottle. Okay, as in she was trying to use the bottle to scare the man away, and that is what the man is using against her. That I'm going to show if you dare report, I'm going to show this to the world that you are violent. So because she wants to keep her dignity. Well, I say, if you're going through domestic violence, domestic abuse, your dignity has been punctured. So you don't have any dignity
To protect.
So it is your life
That you are
is
trying to
more
protect.
important. So even if the person says, I have something against you, it could be that you are trying to defend yourself. So what we tell people is, take it seriously. Even when the person says that he has this against you, no, your life is important no matter what. Let's get you safe. Okay? Then help the person recognize that this is outright abuse. People still around here, she's still yelling.
Do you know how many of us, our husbands have beaten before?
Exactly.
Don't worry, our husbands used to beat us. We overcome it over time.
It has not
we
reached
live
that
with
stage.
it.
That particular
Don't
thing
worry,
you
it
just
does not
mentioned.
kill women.
There
That's
is
what
a-
they say.
Okay.
There
That's
is
what
a
women
thing
say.
I don't like about women and Nigerians, generally.
Us.
Yes, so.
Okay.
And that thing is, we compete and talk so much about suffering like we are talking about money.
No, it's a function of the environment whereby the mindset have been battered.
Okay.
So we see abnormality as normal. So it's a function of the environment. Culture is there, poverty is there, disempowerment is there, and all of those things. But the truth is, abuse is abuse. So long as it punctures you, it saddens you, it disfigures you emotionally, physically, it takes away your power, it controls you, and you feel caged. All right, it dehumanizes you and is beginning to kill you, then it is abuse. So you have to recognize.
But do you recognize when it is killing you?
Well,
that's the
Health-wise.
question.
Health-wise, because
Do you remember when it is killing you? Do you
we have
know?
a lot of women who do not have physical proof for it, but they are dying inside. So you have to know it when something when a poison is being injected into your system, and you are beginning to lose your balance, your consciousness, your
Clarify the poison. Some people will feel it.
I think she's talking about
when you're in a toxic situation, let's just put it that way. A toxic individual, a toxic environment, day in, day out, whether you call for it or so please look to their life and respect.
Man, they walk all day, but I feel it's not enough. Then they say life is easy, I tell them life is tough. Oh yeah. Life in a turn by turn, oh, when it go reach my turn. Shaping I walk, oh, when I go see the world. Yeah. Trouble they chop on, I so young, I go come. Guy man, go do your thing, make it. I go do my own. Here I show me, baby, baby, je la ye ba o. Alubarika lo ju o. Alubarika lo wa mi ye, lo wa mi ye. Alubarika lo wa mi ye, lo wa mi ye. Alubarika give me, glory be, let me. Solo they walk all day, but money no come away.
Welcome back. We're still talking about the victims and the survivors of domestic violence and how families and friends can help. And before we went on that very abrupt break, pardon us, we were talking about how to recognize that there is a poison being released into your system when things get bad.
Yeah, because an abusive environment is a toxic environment.
Okay.
Whichever way you want to look at it is toxic. Something is, is being injected into you, and it's killing you slowly. So, as a family member or as a friend, help the person understand also that the abuse is never their fault.
Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes they take responsibility for the other person's failures.
Some things you don't say it out, you don't rub it in. All right, and then you need to start to think with the survivor. How do we get you protected? Don't think for the survival.
Think with them.
Think with them.
That means
because
carry them along on the journey.
One of the things people do, if at all you want to help, for those who have tried to help, they think for them. They take decisions for them. And the survivor gets to a point and says, this decision is not okay for me, and they back down. And it looks like, but we are trying to help you. No, but you didn't think with him or her. You didn't carry the person along. Now, one of the things I want you to know in counseling is the solution is with the counselee. Because it's their situation. They just cannot think straight, and they are not empowered. So you must be able to think with them and then look for ways. Even when you have the ability to think ahead of them, you must carry them along. All right? Then you have to start thinking about possible interventions. And when we talk about intervention, report it to the highest authority, either the state government, you know, the domestic violence, gender-based, whatever unit. Then you take it to the nearest police station. There may be an NGO. You can't deal or help a situation of violence at family level,
But
at
then,
individual
let
level.
me comment to you.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry for
we're fine.
breaking the conversation. Sorry. But then the thing is, each time you talk about taking cases like this to the police station,
Yes.
I have another kind of opinion.
Okay.
Because I've
they
seen
tend to say
people
it's family, family matter.
Now family matter.
What do you do to her?
Wetin
Make
you people want to do like this with una husband, especially people wey don go to school small.
Okay.
They get to criticize and just
now
throw
let me tell
away.
you something. It's a field I'm into, and this is one of the major issue we have. But you don't go to the police station alone. You go with a lawyer, okay, and then you go with your proof, and then you talk like somebody who has authority in that field, and you let them know that, okay, I only want to take this on professionally. I am not ending here.
For someone who is not learned.
No, for someone who is not learned. Okay, let me
For
help
someone
a
who is
little
not
bit.
learned, you
FIDA
have to
is available.
Yes.
Now, FIDA is the Federation of Women Lawyers. They are readily available. Every local government, actually, in Lagos State, for example, has an office where you can go to and report this.
Yeah.
Local government offices, 57 of them in Lagos, both the LGAs and the LCDAs. You can go there and report this. That's one. You can also go to the police station. Now, there are community police stations, and there are like the township police. So, like Agege police station is bigger. Alausa police station is bigger than Olushosu police station. So you don't go to Olushosu, you come to Alausa, because in Alausa there is a gender-based, there's a gender unit of the police force seated there. The Nigerian police force as a whole, especially in Lagos, has a gender unit where they have officers that are trained. But if you go to the DPO of just one small station in one place, in your community, they will push it aside.
Yeah.
So if you live in, for example, you live in the mainland, you're under the Lagos State mainland local government, you can go to the mainland local government office and report it. They have NGOs that are even domiciled inside there. Spotlight Initiative has a partnership with United Nations, and that's let me just say, United Nations and the EU have a partnership called Spotlight Initiative inside of almost every local government in Lagos.
Yeah.
They have offices there. You can report your case in a local government office, and they will see to the matter. Don't go to Neighborhood Watch. Don't go to LASMA. Don't go to Just Police. You can, if you don't have money for lawyer, you're not learned, go to a local government office. Local government.
And then you can also.
And
then how about the traditional rulers?
Now, that's another
community.
one. You see, another part of it is we had a conversation with the local government, the Lagos State mainland, actually, I remember. And they said to us that the traditional rulers and even the community leaders in that community had been settling these matters.
Yeah.
When they go to them, they say, we will sort it out. It's our township people. Oh, it is the Ijaw community. Oh, it is the Jesha community. We've been sorting it out. And at the end of the day, this woman was stripped naked on the road by her husband. A neighbor reported it to the local government. They went there, picked up the man, picked up the woman, brought her out, and she pleaded with them to go back to the same house. So they put a monitoring team on their case that have been going to ascertain and make sure the man does not repeat the offense. So when you go to the local government, you also get help, good help in most cases. But when it is a child that is involved, Bikono, I'm begging you, go to the local government office. We need to go, Wemimo.
And then lastly, you need to support financially too. No matter how
the money one. I was waiting for that one.
No matter how little, because
friends and family need to support financially. You need to put your money where your mouth is.
This is one of the things that take the survivor back to the abuser.
Money, very key. Thank you so much to Wemimo Adebiyi. We've been talking about how friends and families can help survivors of domestic violence this morning. We'll have her again next week while we're talking about something else. Thank you so much, Wemimo. We're coming back on this final break with Yinka Kenny. And as we round off the bumper breakfast this morning, don't keep silent. You're going through, whether it's abuse, whether it's financial struggles, whether it's health issues, whether it is abusive relationship, whether it is victimization in your religious setting, whatever kind of problem you are going through, don't die in silence. Don't keep silent. Inga Ken.
Yes, and to support that, what I always tell people is that if you ask, you have a 50% chance of a yes. But if you do not, then you have eradicated the 50% yes. So, but if you do, it's a 50-50 thing. So it's better to speak. My name is Yinka. Okay.
And lastly, sexual intercourse happens as a result of the agreement between two matured minds. Please endeavor to take it upon yourself never to conceal, secrets. This is a top secret between matured minds. And my name is Miriam. Okay, I leave you into the hands of the Most High God.
We'll see you again tomorrow morning on the Bumper Breakfast. Don't forget, of course, Community Report will come up tomorrow. If you have something in your environment you want us to pay attention to, you can send the messages to us on 080-6473-8133. Bye for now.